welcome back to the channel. It's Amanda. If you are new here and it's your first time, welcome. Welcome to another episode of The Aspiring Artist. And we are currently in the past again, playing with Mava as a teenager on the day before her best friend Haven moves away. Now, I don't anticipate this episode being very long because I have been sick for the past week, and so I really can't narrate for very long without getting just a little bit winded. And two, because this is a core memory with Mava, and my main goal for this episode is really just to explore that and show you all more of how her and Haven's relationship changed over time and where it kind of began to change. Okay, so as you all saw from the intro, Mava did call her best friend Haven and asked if she can come over after her parents were arguing early in the morning. It is Monday morning. It is very early and they woke up already in bad moods and making all this noise and everything like that. And Mava just really needs someone around her who she feels like she is comfortable with and who understands her. And so she did call Haven and asked if she could come over. So Haven is on her way. Her mother Janae is going to be dropping her off so her and Mava can spend this last day together. And Mava is currently sitting here on her sketch pad. This is not a sketch pad that she bought with her own money. This is actually a sketch pad that Haven brought for her. If you guys saw episode 20, Haven, did have access to money sometimes, and she did purchase a second-hand digital tablet for Mava as kind of like a parting gift. It's like a going away gift because she knows that it was going to be a while before her and Mava are able to see each other again. And so they did exchange gifts with each other. Mava actually got Haven a crystal type of gift because Haven does enjoy making jewelry and all of that type of stuff. And so they both exchanged gifts with things that they think the other one would like. Okay, so Haven and Janae are actually here now. They're outside of the front door, and Janae is just reminding Haven right now. She's like, okay, you can stay the night here, but do not think that this gets you out of leaving. We're still leaving tomorrow. First thing, you need to be ready. I'm going to be here to pick you up and we got to go. You cannot stay here. You will not be getting out of leaving. Because Janae is sending Haven out to Oasis Springs to live with her family because she feels like she cannot deal with Haven's behavior anymore on top of all the other responsibilities that she is shouldering in her home. I kind of went into all of that in episode 20. If you are more interested in Janae and Haven's backstory, and they're going to come in here, and Haven's also going to come in here with her mother. So Haven is just going to speak to Selina, just be polite, and she's just going to go ahead and say hello to Selina. Selina is sitting here in a bad mood. Mark has excused himself to the bedroom. He's sitting back there. He doesn't want to be bothered, right? Because him and Selina got into yet another nasty argument this morning. Haven tried to speak to Selina and Selina is not having it. Selina is giving her attitude. Like, Selina's out here just being like really nasty and really difficult to get along with, which is not surprising at all. And so Haven's just gonna be like, I'm just gonna go check on Mava. And so Haven's going to come in here and she's going to sit down right next to Mava because Janae does want to talk to Selina just for a little bit by herself. Now, Janae and Selina do have a pretty good friendship, right? Before everything started getting really bad between Mark and Selina, it seems like Janae is like yelling at Selina about her child actually right now. So before everything got really bad between like Mark and Selina, Janae and Selina did actually have a pretty good friendship. The girls had become friends at school. They would do play dates and all of that type of stuff. And they actually became pretty good friends before Selina kind of started to pull away a little bit as she got drawn more and more into her very troubled marriage, into motherhood, which she did not really want to do, and Mark not really wanting to be a father or anything like that. It just kind of consumed their life. And their relationship became more and more toxic, and Selena and Janae's friendship kind of started to fall apart. But Janae is just telling Selena, like, I miss our friendship. I miss how close we used to be. I miss when we used to chat, because Janae does worry about Selena, even though she is also dealing with so much on her own. She does worry about how horrible her and Mark's relationship is and how much of a toll that has taken on not only Selena but also on Mava as well. It's made Mava a pretty reserved person. It's made Mava very anxious. It's made her very depressed. And Janae understands that because Janae has spent so much time with Mava and practically participating in trying to help raise Mava when Selena and Mark were not interested in participating at all. And so Janae is actually going to argue with Selena about parenting, because Selena is telling Janae, like, I don't need your advice. I don't need your advice on my relationship. I don't need you to be involved in how I'm raising my child. I don't need to hear any of your opinions. And Janae is like, Selena, I'm just trying to help you. I'm just saying, I miss our friendship. I miss when you used to talk to me. And I just don't think this is healthy, especially for your daughter. And Selena is not having it. Selena is like, Janae, I'm not the one sending my daughter across the country to go live somewhere else, which Janae feels like that's a bit, you know, strange to say, considering she has played such a big role in helping take care of Mava when Mava is not her daughter. Janae feels like, how could you say you don't need my advice for anything? How could you say you don't need my input in your relationship? You don't need my input when it comes to your daughter or anything like that. And I have played a role in raising your daughter. And so Selena takes that kind of as like, you're too in my business, right? Selena sees that as, I didn't ask for your advice. I don't care about how you feel. You need to worry about all the stuff going on in your own life, because I'm not the one sending my daughter to go live somewhere else to be raised by someone else. And Janae is thinking like, the girls aren't even on track to graduate. They aren't doing anything they're supposed to do. And that should concern you the same way it concerns me. And Selena is just like, Janae, worry about yourself, worry about everything going on with your husband, and stop worrying about what's going on in my household, right? That's how Selena sees it when she's sitting here feeling insulted and feeling judged. Selena feels like Janae looks down on her, like she looks down on her marriage, and like she looks down on her parenting, which there isn't much of, to be honest with you. But she feels like Janae does look down on that aspect of her life. And Janae is just like, Selena, I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to give you advice, and I'm just telling you what would be best for your child. And Selena's like, Janae, I don't need you to tell me what would be best for my child. I know what's best for my daughter. And Janae is like, obviously you don't, or else they both wouldn't be in this situation. And Selena's going to be like, Janae, I never asked you for any help. I never asked you to help me with Mava. You chose to let Mava stay with you. That was your choice. And Janae feels like, as if I had a choice. I'm not going to turn away a child that I know is struggling. And Selena's like, well, so much for that then, huh? Because you're literally about to send your own child away. So much for that. And Janae just feels like this is pointless. Arguing with Selena can be completely pointless. She is very difficult to get along with. Selena, when she is angry, she stays angry. And it doesn't go away. She's much like Mava in that sense as an adult, where once she's upset, she just kind of stays upset. Janae is going to say, you know what, Selena, I was just trying to help you. I was just trying to have a simple conversation with you, but you're impossible. Just going to tell her, I'll be back in the morning to get my daughter that you claim that I'm just sending away when you don't even know the half of how difficult things have been for me. And Selena's like, whatever, just be back here on time to pick up your kid because I know how to take care of mine. And Janae is just going to be like, sure, Selena, whatever. and Janae is going to leave because talking to Selena is pointless. Selena is feeling like that conversation was aggravating. She's also feeling like she wants a cigarette, and she's feeling like she won that argument against Janae. She's happy from being mean spirited, and she feels like she won that argument against Janae. Like, Selena is feeling very aggravated right now, and she's going to go ahead and have her cigarette because she feels like, how dare Janae come over here to my house and tell me about what to do with my daughter when it's not even her child. Meanwhile, keep in mind, Selena and Mark have not done much in the way of actually treating Mabel with kindness, treating her with respect, or anything like that. Their household has been extremely violent. It's constantly in turmoil, and that's all they've really passed on to Mava. But she doesn't see it that way. All she sees Janae's words as our judgment. That's all she sees it as, like, who are you to judge me? So while all of that was going on out in the living room, the girls were back here talking to each other, and they could hear Janae and Selena arguing in the living room and really just tearing into each other, and it just kind of stresses both of them out more. And so Haven knows that Mava could really use some time out of this house and just away from all of the noise, all of the arguing, all of the clutter that's everywhere, all of the chaos that's in her home. And so Haven is going to ask Mava, do you want to go to the park, get some fresh air, and just like hang out for a little bit? And Mava's going to say yes because she's feeling so stressed and she's so tired of all of this, on top of feeling so anxious about Haven leaving and feeling like she's not going to have anyone to confide in. She's not going to have anyone to distract her from everything that goes on in her home, and she's going to be all alone. And so getting out for just a little bit can be exactly what she needs. Okay, so the girls have come over to the neighborhood park. They walked over here and they're just both relaxing right now. They're both just playing on the swings and trying to get their mind off of both of their home lives. And Mava's saying to Haven right now, she's like, thanks for suggesting this. I really need to get out and get some fresh air. I really need to get my mind off of everything going on with my parents and off of all of the changes that are about to happen. Mava just really does not cope well with stress, and she does not cope well with feeling like she's not going to have a support system, which right now at this point in her life is mainly just Haven. I did mention in episode 20 that they don't really have any other friends. It's just the two of them. They are a duo, very much so, and they've been each other's first everything. They're everything to each other. And to Mava losing that is just heartbreaking. And so right now they're just really trying to get their mind off of it and just have a little bit of fun and enjoy the time that they do have with each other. And Mabel stops swinging first. So I feel like she's going to be like, hey, can we maybe sit down and talk a little bit? And Haven's going to be like, yeah, sure. So as they're sitting here chatting, Mavis like, I can't believe you're really leaving. And Haven's like, I know, I can't believe it either. It doesn't feel real. And Mavis like, what if we never see each other again? And Haven's gonna tell her, my mom said if I do good for a semester, maybe I'll be able to come back home, even if it's for like a little while. And Mavis like, and if you don't? Haven's like, I'll still find a way for us to see each other. Like, we're never gonna stop being friends, May. Never. It doesn't matter how much distance is between us or anything like that. And Mava just doesn't feel like that's true right now. Mava feels like she's just being thrown aside, like she's being abandoned. She's losing her second family. Janae and Edwin have been very important to her. And I know they're doing all these random interactions, but ignore it. Mava feels like she's losing her second family. She feels like she's losing where she feels the most secure. And she's lashing out right now towards Haven, right? She's like, I don't know if that's true, Haven. I don't know if we are going to still be friends. And I feel like you're just throwing me away. And Haven's like, that's not true, Mava. I'm not throwing you away. I don't know. I just messed up, okay? And so they are going to have a little bit of an argument. Mava's telling Mava, look, I feel like I just messed up, okay? I didn't do good in school. I just couldn't get it together, and now I've ruined everything. And I just feel like I messed everything up, and you're making me feel worse about it. And Maeve was like, it's not all your fault, Haven. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you messed everything up. We both didn't do what we were supposed to do. And I just feel like now everything's a mess. And Haven's like, I just feel like you're putting all the blame on me and trying to make me feel bad, Mava. And Mabel feels like she's being misunderstood, almost to the point of like being on the verge of tears, right? She feels like she's being misunderstood, and she's like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's all your fault. I'm just really upset about it, Haven. Like, that's not what I'm saying. And Haven's like, well, you just made me feel like that, Mava. You just made me feel like I was, like, you were blaming me for everything. Mabel's gonna go ahead and give Haven, she's gonna apologize. She's gonna apologize to Haven because that's not what she meant. She's just upset, her emotions are high, and she didn't mean to blame Haven for any of this. Both of them were very difficult to deal with as teens because of the strain of their home life. And Janae was not equipped to deal with this alone, and she shouldn't have to. But she was not equipped to deal with this alone. Her husband is emotionally unavailable, and Mava comes from a very violent household that was not even a place for her to emotionally develop or to learn about how to be a well rounded person or how to take care of her emotions and how to treat people. And so when she's upset, she does just kind of lash out, and they have these little petty arguments, and it's just become more frequent because both of them are feeling on edge about being apart and not knowing how things are really going to change for them. And so now both of them are upset and are kind of just picking at each other a little bit, right? Especially because Haven feels like Mava is putting it all on her and she can't do anything to change it. They're both just kids, and so if her mother says she has to go, then that is what it is. There's nothing she could do about that. And so Mava's just saying, "Look, I don't want to argue anymore today, Haven. I want this memory to be a good memory of us spending like this last day just hanging out. And I'm sorry that I started a fight. I'm sorry that I made you feel like I was blaming you for all of this. I know it's both of us and our behavior that led to this. And I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that." And Haven's just gonna say, "I'm sorry too." And I want them to take a picture together. The sun is setting. It is 7 p.m. Their day is going by pretty fast. I do want them to take a photo together. He's gonna say, let's take a selfie. Oh, that's really cute, actually. So they took a picture together so that they can both have it as a memory of the last day that they got to hang out together in person. Mabel's feeling very sad now. It says shared sadness. Seeing that someone Mabel cherishes is suffering makes her feel sad. And Haven is feeling like, she's angry because she feels accused, but she's also feeling that same shared sadness. But I do want her to go ahead and just give Mava a hug. It does say she's too angry. I'm just going to cheat it away though. I do want Haven to go ahead and give Mava a hug because, they know that their argument is just coming from a place of fear. It's just coming from a place of knowing that they're going to miss each other and of not having each other to depend on anymore for emotional support. And neither one of them are really angry with each other, right? But it is getting dark, and they're going to head back to Mava's parents' house because Mava does not want Selena blowing up her phone and being like, "Where are you? Why did you girls leave out? And you guys need to get back in the house," and just kind of ranting and raving at her. And it's never ending. And then she knows her father will get in it, and then it will just really be a mess. And Mava doesn't want any of that right now. And so they're going to head back to Mava's house before it gets too late. They've completely made up from their argument. I love that little high five that they did, actually. That was really cute. Like, I really do love their friendship. And Haven really was everything to Mava. Like, I do just want to say, when Mava did mention Haven in her speech during her party, and she talked about how much Haven poured into her and how important her friendship was to her, she really did mean it. Even though she didn't talk about everything that happened after that and this part of their friendship, she just referenced it as they lost touch. That's how she described it. They lost touch with each other. And she never really talked about this part of it to anyone. And it really was a turning point in her life and does play a big part in a lot of the attachment problems that we see Mava have as an adult. A lot of her lashing out, her anger, all of that stems from this time period of her life, of her childhood. But Haven is like that shining moment for her and that person who was just her everything to her. And so seeing them spend this last day together with each other, yes, picking with each other, but still having this strong bond, this strong relationship with each other really is so important to Mava. And like, I don't know, like, I really love their bond, and I can just feel how important they were to each other, if that makes sense. And so May's gonna say to Haven, we should probably just get back to my place before my mom starts blowing me up and it turns into like a whole argument. And Haven's gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Let's head home. Okay, so the girls have made it home. Mark is here stomping around. He's having a drink and he's upset. He's ranting and raving, talking stuff like, oh, it's about time the two of you come back. Keep in mind, he didn't even care where they went. He didn't care that they were gone. None of that even mattered to him. He's just drinking and upset and ranting and raving, which is not a surprise to Mava. And so Mark is just saying to Mava, it's about time both of you got back in the house. It's getting dark out. And Mava is going to be like, I know, Dad, we were just at the park hanging out. And Mark's like, I don't really care where you were. You know, you need to be back in the house before it gets dark. And Haven's just gonna be like, I'm sorry, we were just out. Like, she's upset and she's defending Mava to Mark. She's like, we were just out. I'm sorry, we didn't mean to be out too late. And Mava's gonna be like, we're just gonna go to my room. And May's gonna say to Haven, I'm sorry about my dad. Thanks for, like, for speaking up for me. And Haven's like, she's gonna tell her, like, don't apologize for him. That's not your problem. And like, I'll always stand up for you, right? And so Mabel's gonna be like, you wanna play some games or something like that? Just like how they always do together. And just try to unwind and have a little bit of fun, as much fun as they can. Well, I guess she can't play together actually. So I'm gonna have them watch a movie together. Okay, they're sitting here and they're watching the movie together. Just imagine that Haven would be sitting right here, because you all know Sims don't really scoot over the way they're supposed to when a bed is against the wall. It's really unfortunate, but they don't really do it. And Haven is looking at Mava while Mava's just trying to, you know, kind of zone out and just focus on the movie and clear her mind. And she's looking at Mava and she's feeling sad. It says feeling hurt from feeling hurt by someone nearby. Time might heal Haven's pain, but it still hurts for now. And I think she's probably talking about Mark, because she also has not on my watch from her loyal trait. Loyal Sims must stand up for friends when they're in trouble. I think she's feeling sad about how Mark was treating Mava. And Mava is feeling like she's forever the favorite, from declared favorite. Mava has always known her status as the favorite, but the validation is still just as satisfying. And that's from Haven telling Mava at the park, basically, like, we'll always be friends, and you're my favorite person in the world, right? And that meant a lot to Mava to hear that from somebody, to be, you know, someone important to someone. But they're just going to watch TV for the rest of the night and just kind of hang out and, you know, just enjoy the rest of this last day they have together before Janae comes and picks Haven up in the morning. Okay, so it's the next morning. The girls stayed up late watching movies and laughing and really just having fun. And now it's the next morning and Haven has to go. Her mom meant what she said when she said, be up and be ready, because you're not getting out of this. You gotta go. And so they came to sit outside on the porch to just enjoy like the final moments they had together. And Janae is already here. It's bright and early, and Janae is here and she's ready to go so that they can get a move on and Haven can go to Oasis Springs. She's going to give Haven a hug and she's going to tell her that she's going to miss her. And she's going to be like, promise you'll call. And Haven's like, every day. And Maven's like, promise. And Haven's like, yes, Maven, every day. I'll call every day. And Maven's going to be like, well, okay, I guess this is it. And Haven's like, it's not forever. This is only temporary. It's not forever, Mava. And for right now, Mava does want to believe that it's not forever, and maybe Haven will be able to come back. Maybe she will be back after a good semester, and it's not forever, and maybe they won't lose their friendship. And so she's gonna go ahead and give her one more hug because Janae's like, Haven, let's go. Janae's not coming in because of her argument that she had with Selena. She doesn't feel welcomed in her home anymore. And so Mabel's gonna go ahead and just give her one more hug and say, she's gonna be like, okay, well, I'll see you later then. And Janae's like, Haven, let's go now. And so Haven has to leave. Okay, so some time has passed between since when Haven left and now. It's been a few weeks, a few months, and at first, Mava and Haven were able to talk every day. They were able to chat, but for other reasons that I'll leave for Haven's side of the story when they're reunited as adults, Haven wasn't able to do that anymore. And there was kind of a miscommunication. But Haven wasn't able to talk to Mava every day anymore. She basically wasn't allowed to anymore, and it just stopped. So Selena is sitting here and she's already upset. Mark is gone for work. She's already upset because of their usual arguing. It's been nonstop. It's been very suffocating for Mava, and she hears Mava in her room crying, and she's going to go in there. Mava's supposed to be at school. She has been going to school, and Selena's going to go in Mava's room. She's going to come in here because she hears Mava crying in her bed, and she's going to be like, Mava. And Mava's like, what? And Selena's going to be like, why are you in here doing all that crying? You know, very not comforting, just very aggressive. She's like, why are you doing all that crying in here? Selena's in a bad mood. She's always in a bad mood. And she's going to be like, why are you in here doing all of that crying? And Mava's just going to tell her, I'm just not feeling well. You know, she's not going to really tell her mom. She's like, I'm just not feeling well. And Mava's going to say, I'm just not having a good day. And Selena's going to be like, you know, you're supposed to be at school, right? And Mava's like, what do you care if I go to school? You never cared before. You know, just kind of like lashing out. She's like, you never cared before. And Selena's like, yeah, but your school has been calling here more and more about you missing days. And Mae was like, Mom, I really don't care. It never mattered to you or Dad before. And Selena's like, well, it matters now, Mava. And Mava's just going to be like, that's too bad. That's too bad. And she's going to be like, Mava's just going to start kind of just venting about everything, right? Because it's all just boiling over. And so Mabel's going to start kind of just venting about everything now. She's going to tell her mom. She's going to be like, it's bad enough I lost my friend, but Dad also broke my tablet, the gift that Haven gave her. She's going to tell her, Dad also broke my tablet. Did you know that? And Selena's going to be like, what do you mean he broke your tablet? What tablet? And Mabel's going to be like, the tablet that Haven got me before she left. It's broken. And Selena's like, how did that happen, Mava? And Selena's like, Dad came in here upset, drunk, and started a fight with me. And we got into a really bad argument. And he just started breaking my stuff. He was touching my stuff. And Selena's like, Mava, I don't believe that. I didn't see that. It's always I didn't see it, you know? And Mava's like, well, it's true. How else did it get broken? And Selena's like, maybe you sat on it or something, Mava. And Mava's like, I did not sit on it. Dad broke it because he was upset about stuff that doesn't even matter. He broke it and didn't even apologize. And Selena's like, well, I didn't see that, Mava. And Mava's gonna tell her mom, you're always taking his side about everything. Every argument, every time he lashes out at me, every time he, you know, doesn't keep his hands to himself, you always take his side on everything. He breaks my stuff, he doesn't respect my property, and you just always believe him. And Selena's gonna be like, Mava, I don't always believe him. I'm just saying I didn't see it. Selina is very emotionally unavailable and she does always take Mark's side when it comes to things with Mava. She doesn't believe that when she's not home, Mark argues with Mava. She doesn't believe that when she's not home, Mark touches Mava's stuff and breaks her stuff, and everything Mava's telling her is true, but Selena just doesn't care. She doesn't want to hear it, and she's not going to take Mava's side because she feels like it could ruin her relationship that's already terrible, right? Her relationship that should have been ended a long time ago for the sake of her daughter, but she just doesn't care about Mava's perception of things at all, and she chooses not to believe that what Mava is telling her is true. And so Mava's feeling defeated, she's feeling exhausted of this, and she knows her mother's not going to take her side, even though what she's telling her is the truth, that her father did start an argument with her, and he did break her gift from Haven, and he did not apologize to her about it. But Selena does not care. Selena's going to come out here on the porch and she's going to have a cigarette and just completely ignore the conversation altogether. But Selena's never going to bring it up to Mark because she feels like it will start a fight between them. And then they're fighting, which what else is new? But she feels like it'll start a fight between them and she doesn't want to risk her relationship. It's extremely selfish, but she feels like, why should I put something Mava says over what I didn't even see, what I don't even know is true, which is a really terrible feeling for Mava. It makes Mava feel like she's not heard. She's already feeling abandoned. She's already feeling like she doesn't have her second family anymore. She feels like everything fell apart for her, and there's just nobody left in her corner. She feels like her parents were never in her corner, and now there's really no one. So right now, Mava is really feeling like, is this it? Is this what it's going to be like? I have no one. She feels like everyone abandoned her. No one's there for her, and she's just upset, and rightfully so. When her mother treats her like that, her father treats her like that, you know, there's so much turmoil all the time. She's just angry and she feels like there's no one in her corner right now. She's feeling very depressed right now at this point in her life. And as we know in the future, eventually Haven does find a way to reconnect with Mava, as we saw in the previous episode. But for right now, that's not even a reality. And Mava's just upset about it, and she's lashing out because she has no one in her corner and feels like she has no one on earth that cares about her. So for right now, she's just gonna relax in her room. She doesn't know what else to do right now. You know, her dad's going to work, and it's not like even if she said what happened in front of him, like he would admit to it anyway. She knows her mom isn't going to hear it from her. She doesn't care right now, and Mavis just alone right now. But that is where I am going to leave this episode. I did just want to explore this core memory that Mava shares with Haven with you all. I know it wasn't a particularly happy episode, but a lot of Mava's memories just aren't really rooted in happiness, to be honest with you all. But I would be doing her a disservice if I didn't expose that side of her and if I didn't explore a lot of what made her who she is in present day with you all. So I hope you all understand why it was important to me to go back and kind of reveal a little bit more of Mava's past and kind of begin to really unravel that with you all. But that is where I'm going to go ahead and end today's episode. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.